Hello, everybody. This is your intrepid DM here. Just popping in at the beginning of this episode to let you know this is actually not a new episode. It is a older episode. It was brought to our attention by superfan David Gardner that we had some missing information in there, and when we went back to check on what he was talking about, we did in fact forget to release an episode around episode 8. So we have gone searching through our annals of backlog and found the missing episode. Just got done mixing and editing, and we're putting it out for your listening enjoyment. So keep in mind, this does take place after the strangers have made their way back into Waterdeep, and Gareth was arrested for being out past curfew. And so this is that missing piece of information. Hope you enjoy it, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Bye. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Playing Games with Strangers. I think this is episode 7? 8?
You should write them down. So
I should. I really
every
should.
Single time it's 6, 12, 143.
Here's the thing, though. I mean, we record several episodes in advance, so what we have out isn't what we have recorded. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm John, your DM for the evening. I am also Nick Foster in the randoms on Supersonic Pod Comics. So if you aren't familiar with that, go over there, check it out. And because everybody else that's here with me this evening is affiliated with Supersonic, so I highly recommend you go see what else we have up that we're doing. And if that didn't sound uneducated with my stammering, that menacing cackle you just heard is Steve McDonald.
Menacing cackle? Really?
Yes. Well,
that's where we're going with this?
You play a heel in the Mark, so
I guess you can pigeonhole me then. Yeah, stereotype me.
The fireman, the
fire hands
from Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah, it keeps changing. So
I want you guys to become the new Suicide Squad for the Supersonic Pod Comics group. Just saying.
Can we just be our own thing and not Suicide Squad?
Well, you know what I mean.
Pesticide Squad.
The what?
The Pesticide Squad.
Pesticide Squad. Regicide.
And that other person that you just heard talking is one of the writers for Supersonic Pod Comics. That'd be J.S. Earls.
Oh, I got excited. I thought Ben was here.
Well. And then we also have Celeste Mora.
Woohoo!
from the randoms. And the person who's not talking is Josiah Crandall.
That's me, and now I am.
Who plays a myriad of characters on
Just
Supersonic.
Everyone.
He's like the DM of Supersonic. He plays all the characters that we are not.
Josiah is Supersonic Pod Comics.
Yeah.
He brings the party.
He's the super in Supersonic.
You guys are too kind. Too kind.
So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump into tonight's game. All right, so where we left off last time, our party
Well,
Wow.
our party had left the town that they were in and made the determination they needed to head north. The one of the paladins, Orbog, was too tired to come with them. He said he'd catch up later, and had subsequently disappeared when they came back to look for him. So, in all actuality, JS had to duck out last episode because of some technical difficulties being caused by some storming in where he lives.
Behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the party caught a amazingly fast taxi to Waterdeep, where they got dropped off outside city limits. They located the Laughing Lamia, but they could not get inside as there was nobody on the street and all doors were locked. They saw a odd figure going down the street. Two of them decided to, and that was Aelin and Pooh, who decided to go follow the character as Gareth stayed behind and was captured and taken to prison. As they came back and found Gareth was missing, the remaining two had run into a party of druids on rooftops. A battle was fought and won by Aelin and Gareth.
Pooh.
Aelin and Pooh. In the meantime, Gareth awakes within his prison cell and is immediately questioned by a bugbear in armor. After some creative means of answering his questions without lying, he made a friend. The bugbear leaves as he got wind that someone was in the city and his vengeance would soon be complete. And he made and after he left, Gareth made friends with the person in the cell next door named Thomas. Going back to Aelin and Pooh, making sure I say the right names here. And where we very last left off was they were hidden on a side street as they saw the large bulking character coming towards them again, and as he rode past, Pooh recognized him as being Christopher. So that is where we left off.
Okay, hey, before you go on, I just want to say that Druids on Rooftops sounds like a great alternative band name.
Does.
My band is looking for a band name, but I think we'll take a hard pass on that.
I'll stop talking. I'm not there.
Actually, let's rewind about 24 hours, and we will deal with Orbog. So Orbog, your friends had just left the church. You said you'd catch up with them. And you're kind of rolling around on the church pew, but you're not exactly comfortable anymore. And you know how it is when someone wakes you up and they make you talk. Sometimes it's hard to go back to sleep.
Amen. Preach it, brother.
So what do? You are in a church by yourself and you aren't able to go back to sleep.
I go somewhere and disappear.
Wow.
I'm just trying to speed it along. No.
This is the writer, everybody. This is the riveting narrative that you can expect from Supersonic Pod Comics.
That's right. So what time of day is it now that I'm waking up?
It's in the morning still.
And
but not like early in the morning. It's like mid morning. I'll say it's probably like somewhere around 10 or 10:30.
And I really think I was probably just really comfortable on my poo skin pew.
Probably.
But, and nobody's in the church or whatever?
Nope.
I guess I will. Is the food still out or anything, or no?
No, but there does seem to be a barrel of communion wine that has been pulled out and the top's been pulled off and it's just been left there.
I don't know that I want to desecrate the tomb, as it were. No. Well, if I don't see any food, I would imagine he's waking up and he's kind of hungry. So I guess he's going to go out and look around, try to see if anyone's still there.
As you walk out, you don't actually make a perception check.
6.
No, you don't notice anybody from your party around. Yeah, because you're a bit distracted because you are hungry, and your with your half-orc senses, you do smell some delicious cooking meat coming from some direction.
Then I'm gonna tilt my head back and follow my nose.
All right, so you Scooby-Doo your way a few blocks down, and you do find a restaurant where the smell's coming from.
Ooh, well, I go in the Dairy Queen.
You go in the.
Nice.
You people with using trademarks, man.
Oh, sorry.
This episode brought to you by the letters D and Q.
We spell it different, so it's Kween.
Yeah, that's what
Right.
it is.
It's
It's actually Diary Queen. It sells diaries there.
Yeah, Diarrhea Queen.
Ooh, I knew that was going to happen.
I saw it coming and I failed to stop it. All right. So you go in there and you have a seat, and the wait staff comes up and they're like, yeah. Do you need something?
I need some food.
All right. Just anything, or?
Oh, you can make anything here?
Well, not anything, but I mean, just did you have something specific in mind that you wanted?
Well, that meat smells really good.
Oh, well, most people do like it. It's called bacon.
Ooh. Yes. I'll do a bacon sandwich.
All right. I'll be right back. And so he runs in back. You're sitting there for a while. He comes back out, hands you a slice of bread. Just two slices of bread with probably about a half pound of crispy bacon in between the two slices.
I feel my arteries clogging.
I know, but what a way to go, man.
I know. Well, I pig out, and then I ask for a drink as I'm choking.
As you're choking, they bring you some milk of unknown origin.
Is it blue?
No.
I'll drink it.
It has a slight red tint to it.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Feel like I'm drinking someone's brain fluids. I don't know. Am I full? Do I roll for fullness?
Dude, it's your story, man.
I don't know. I guess. Is there anything else in here in the restaurant that looks interesting?
Not really. It's just a typical restaurant.
I guess I'll get that guy's attention.
Yeah.
I think my friends went somewhere without me, and I probably shouldn't leave because they'll be expecting me to be here when they get back. So maybe I'll just stay in the town. Is there anything interesting going on, or that should be good to see? This is my first time here.
It's just a regular town in the middle of the week, man. I mean, People just go to work and go home. There's not a lot to do here.
So no famous bards coming through or anything?
Well, there was this one bard that played a killer show last night. I heard she was staying up at the church, though.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I will go wander the town, and I'll pay you right now.
All right, that'll be 5 silver, please.
I give him 5 silver.
All right.
And I subtract it from somewhere.
Yeah, you just deduct 1 gold and give yourself 5 silver on your character sheet, because 1 gold equals 10 silver.
Yay! Nice. Well, I will whenever the thing opens up. So I will. It's not going to that page for me for some reason. It's just blank.
Neat.
I will walk out of the. And I guess I'll go back to the church to kind of look real quick to see if anybody's there.
By the time you get back to the church, the door has been closed. It looks like someone had been there, and the door is now locked.
Oh. So I climb in through the window. No. Yeah, I guess I'll look through the windows to see if anybody's there, or I'll just knock on the door.
All right, you knock on the door, and no response. It's like someone came back, saw everyone was gone, and just locked up behind y'all.
I do the secret knock, the dun 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 dun.
Nothing happens.
Just okay. That didn't attract anyone. Okay.
No. Real quick, let me put you on hold. Aylin?
Yes.
I know one of you guys sent the Robin's ribbon last week.
Yes.
When did you send it? Did you send it when you got to Waterdeep or before you went to Waterdeep?
I think we sent it right before.
I believe so, yeah. We sent it before we left.
Okay.
Because Pooh was very concerned about leaving.
Okay. So right about this time, Orbog, an origami bird that's made out of ribbon comes up and perches on your shoulder. And in your ear, it says, go ahead and say your message again, Steve.
I forgot. Was I supposed to write it down?
No, you can just. I was just trying to do it in character, but basically it says something to the effect of. It has Gareth's voice, and it says something to the effect that your party got some information. They're leaving town to Waterdeep. They came to the church and couldn't find you. So head to Waterdeep is basically what it said.
Head to Waterdeep. Whoever's editing this can just take the quote from last time and then just import it into this episode.
Do I have any knowledge of like do they have any kind of regular transportation that heads that way from here or anything? But
go ahead and make a history check.
12.
You're aware of some towns having taxi services that may be able to get you there, but you're not super familiar with this town in particular. But you do remember the list of Craigery, and maybe you might want to check there for ads.
Yeah, I will go back to the tavern and look at the list of Craigery.
All right, so you get to you get there, you check the list of Craigery. You find one ad, but the tag on it has already been torn off. So you search a little bit more, and you do find another ad for some sort of a shuttle service. Or actually not even a shuttle service, but it says, need to get somewhere fast, have extra coin, check us out at Pete's Portals.
Ooh. That sounds fast. So on the part that you tear off, I'm assuming there's not a phone, it's an address or something?
Right.
Then I will tear off a piece and try to find the address, I guess.
All right. Go ahead and make a investigation check, please.
19, baby.
Yeah, no time. It takes you no time to find this place. And there you see kind of a burnout-looking wizard hanging out in front of the location. He's like, "Hey, how's it going, man?"
Good, fine dude. Are you the owner of Pete's Portals?
No. I'm he's the guy that owns the place. Pete, nah. I'm Caleb.
Oh, are you related to any grass?
What?
Never mind. You just reminded me of some grass we talked to.
I know about some grass, man. You want some grass?
No thanks. I have plenty of bacon.
I thought this was a kid's show.
Talking about grass, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I just walk on grass. I guess I need to. How does this work here?
Well, you tell me where you want to go, and then I set my circle of teleportation to go to where you want to go, and then you go there.
How specific can you be?
Well, I mean,
like if I wanted to go to Waterdeep, but I wanted to go to a specific place or building.
Well, they have to have a circle of teleportation.
Oh.
So, I mean, it's like a point A to point B thing.
Okay. Well,
but I mean, there's a couple places in Waterdeep I could send you to.
I guess I'd like to, if you know of one that's at least semi-safe, maybe towards the middle of town.
I'll send you to the yawning portal, man.
Cool.
All right, so let's see here now. Teleportation, yawning portal. Looking up what this would be costing. It's going to be 25 gold, man.
Well, unfortunately, my screen isn't opening, so I can't give you that right now. Oh, okay, I give it to him.
All right, I actually have your character sheet open in front of me here, dude. So,
okay.
All right, so he takes your money, and then he's like, "Right this way, my dude." And he takes you into the shop. You see him just kind of tracing an outline on the floor. He's kind of looking in a book. It's like a phone. It looks kind of like a phone book that has various sigils on the inside of it. And he's scrolling it down. He's like, "All right, once I'm done with this, you have 6 seconds to go through. So if you got anything that you need doing, do it now."
No, I already went poo.
All right. So he puts the last remaining sigil on the floor, and it begins to glow. And he's like, "Go now."
I go.
All right. So you run onto these sigils, and you feel it's almost like the wind being pulled out of you, and you kind of feel yourself dematerialize, but at the same time you're rematerializing, and next thing you know, you're in a completely different surrounding, and there is an innkeeper that's staring at you from the desk in front, as you have now appeared in his office. And he looks at you and goes like, "What are you doing here?"
Well, I just came through a portal.
Let me guess. Caleb?
Yes, my dude.
You'd think he would at some point learn to have the courtesy to at least let someone know he's sending somebody. All right. Well, you're in Waterdeep. I don't know why you would ever want to come here, but you're here.
Yes, I'm looking for my friends.
Let
me put it this way. Have you seen a bugbear or heard of a bugbear in town lately?
Buddy, there hasn't been bugbears in these parts for 2 years.
Well, I believe there has been. But I'm not calling you a liar.
Well, if you're aware of one, the best thing for you to do is let these city officials know, because there's some gold to be made on them.
Yes. I hear they make fine furniture coverings.
I wouldn't know.
Alas, I have yet to have that happen too, but I have hope.
Look, is there something that you need here, or are you going to be on your way, or...
Oh, I suppose I'll go, although I'm really enjoying this riveting conversation.
I'm sure anybody who's listening to it just thinks it's just fantastic.
Oh no, keep going. This is great stuff, you guys.
So, all right.
Yeah.
So, for everybody who looks for plot holes, that is how Orbog got to Waterdeep.
But did he? How did he left us a note?
He what?
He left us a note that I don't think he...
Did he?
Yeah.
I don't recall him leaving a note.
I don't.
I think he did.
Somebody's messing with us. My identity's been stolen.
Don't worry, I have identity guard. Put my social security number on the side of a bus. It's so effective.
Yeah.
Well, so I guess I'm going to go and I'm going to leave there and start looking for them. I guess I should have asked them for the way to the Laughing Lamia. It's the only place I could think of.
Well, you've been in Waterdeep before.
So I'd remember now.
Yeah. And when you get there, the door's open, but when you go in and ask, everyone's like, I haven't seen Gareth for at least 2 years. He left and he never came back.
Yes. The missing time.
Outside of character, they don't show up in town until nightfall, so you're going to be searching the city for pretty much all day. So, all right. So back to present time. Pooh and Aelin. You are... So Christopher on horseback just passed by you. He's down the street. He didn't notice you because you guys passed your stealth check. What are you going to do? Are you going to continue heading towards where the jail's at, or...
Well, I'm going to put my hand on Pooh's mouth to make sure that he does not visibly gasp. Not visibly, audibly gasp.
Ooh.
Pooh, I need you, honey, to not freak out.
I'm freaking out here.
I know.
I'm pretty sure. But
Internal freaking out, honey. Internal. Well, that's better than I hoped. I don't think he can hear us anymore.
No, by this point, he has gone a distance down the street. He's heading towards the building that you guys had your druid fight on.
I believe it would be in our best interest to head the way he came from, rather than be here when he discovers those druids.
but that was. I'm very certain that was Christopher.
I am sure you are right, but he looks like a very mean bear, and I feel like we need to get out of Dodge.
To be sure, he's older and more scarred, but that's him. I've been looking for him.
I know, but shouldn't we? Out of game. It's Gareth. Not Gareth. Wait, who is in jail?
Gareth.
Gareth.
Okay.
Also Callum.
Gareth. Is Callum in jail?
Y'all don't know where Callum's at.
We don't know where Callum is. Okay. But we do need to find Gareth before they do something terrible to him. We know where Christopher is. We can come and find him anytime.
Yes, that's true, but I've been looking for him for. Well, that's my whole reason for being here. And what is he doing with all those scary people?
I'm not sure, but it looks like he's leading them. Considering that every other bugbear has died and he has not, I'm pretty sure at the very least he has seen some things.
Or maybe he's in disguise.
Maybe.
Okay, well, let me just think a little bit longer. We need to find Gareth.
Yes.
We need to find Orbog.
Yes.
And we've already found Christopher.
Yes.
So, perhaps, as you say, we should find the others before talking to Christopher. Then they would know, too, that we found him.
That is a good idea.
Oh, yes, it just makes me so happy that I found him at last. But maybe I'm not so bad at losing people.
Well, even if you are, you find them afterwards, so that's okay. Let's go find Gareth.
Oh, yes. We're supposed to look at the tower, correct?
Yes, that is where we are supposed to go.
So that's where they were coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well then, let's go that way.
That sounds like a plan.
All right, so as you guys proceed down the street, I'd like both y'all to make a perception check.
Oh, dear.
That's like a 4.
22?
All right. Aelin, looking down the street, you do see somebody in armor that's trying to look inconspicuous, if not trying not to be seen entirely. And it would appear that they're looking for something, as they're just kind of poking their head down various streets as they move along. And as you get closer, it's a familiar looking silhouette, and you're fairly certain it's probably Orbog.
I'm going to stealth a little closer to see if I can make sure that my assumption is correct.
All right, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
17?
All right. And Orbog, what's your passive perception?
Passive perception, I don't see any bonuses, and my perception is 0.
Actually, I'm looking at your sheet. Your passive perception is just below your skills. It's its own thing. It's a 10. So yeah, you don't notice her as she's stealthing up on you. So you stealth up closer, and yeah, it's definitely Orbog.
Well, darling, how in the world did you end up here?
Orbog, you hear that voice coming from the shadows, and you did not see somebody there, so you are sufficiently startled.
And I have goosebumps too, because that southern accent it's like nails on a chalkboard.
Well, that's a good thing for Orbog. It's one of his favorite sounds.
True. Hey, Aileen, Island, Island? Hello.
Aileen.
No, I like Island better.
As long as you don't call me late for dinner, I'm just fine. How'd you get here, honey?
I took a portal.
That sounds more pleasant than how we got here.
What did you say, honey? Who are you talking to?
Boo, dear. We found Orbog.
We did?
Oh.
I didn't find... Orbog.
Hello, friend Pooh.
Hello, friend Orbog. I thought we lost you.
I believe you did.
This is a day for finding lost things.
I certainly hope so.
And I give Orbog a big hug.
And I stab him with a knife, because it's not really me. No, I hug him back.
We don't social distance in D&D.
Nope.
Nope. Well, I have armor on. I'm okay.
He's got his face mask up.
Right.
Very good to see you, Orbog.
It's good to see you, my friend.
Did you hear what we are doing?
No, I just found you.
Oh, well, we just found you.
Have you been knocking on doors again?
No, we've been climbing up rooftops and throwing people off of them.
Oh, I missed the fun.
Oh, yes. But we did seem to lose Gareth along the way. But as it is a day for finding lost things, I think perhaps we have a good chance of finding him.
I would agree to that.
I will follow you wherever you believe he is.
Did you happen to see the big, dark, scary tower?
No.
Oh, well, that's where he is.
Oh, I like big, dark, and scary.
Well, then you are in luck. We just need to keep heading that way.
All right. Gareth.
That's me.
You are in prison. And
I am.
You have become
Superfluous.
No, you have become acquaintances with the voice in the other cell named Thomas.
Yeah.
So, what do you do?
I have a couple of questions.
Okay.
In this reality, I know that some of us have fantasy names, and some of us have like names that exist in our world. Does the word Thomas in this reality refer to a twin?
Sure, we'll go with that.
Okay. So I'm going to assume that this guy is a twin of and probably another person. And at least I have that to go on. Also, second thing is how searched was I before I was brought in here and chained up and then let go of the chains, but still bound in the cell?
Well, you don't have your weapons on you.
Do I have any of the magic items?
They basically took anything that looked like it could be used for an offensive. Is there something specific that you're asking in regards to?
Is there a kazoo or perhaps some packages of powder that they might have left?
Those two things they The kazoo they left you with, the powder, I'm pretty sure they would probably confiscate the packets. Because
So,
when you see a kazoo, I mean, it's a kazoo. So,
right, but this is the Toot Toot Gazoot. So let's see. It basically, let's see. It's basically it attacks creatures. It wouldn't attack the walls, right?
correct.
Okay. If the ground in that area is loose earth or stone, it becomes difficult terrain until cleared. So, because it becomes difficult terrain, would I feel as though it would have a good chance of breaking us free if I used it against a wall or the place where the bars are?
You're welcome to try.
And this is once per day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, just so I will be ready to use it if I need to, I will attune myself to it for the next half hour.
Okay. So you spend the half hour just kind of trying to attune to that, and every so often, Thomas is just like, "Hey, you still over there?"
Does the attunement mean I can't answer him, or?
No, I mean, attunement's not like a concentration thing. It's just kind of you're looking at it, kind of figuring it out, sort of thing.
Okay. I would talk to him. I would talk back to him when he calls.
All
Yes,
right.
friend Thomas.
What you doing? You got quiet on me.
Well, I'm pondering my options here.
Options. Who's got options in these places?
My friend, we always have options.
Tell me more about whatever options you've got, man, because I've got nothing going on.
Well, one of the options that I have is my friends. Two of them are in the city, and I'm thinking that they may, or at least one of them, be clever enough to find me. Once she does, perhaps more things can start to transpire.
Yeah, friends are a good thing to have.
Would your friends be looking for you?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean,
Do your friends get into trouble the same as you, or no?
well, I mean, when you're a part of the Defiance, it's kind of what we do.
So your friends are in the Defiance as well?
Yeah. We there's a few of us. I thought that's why I thought you might be like a new recruit from the Defiance or something they brought in when I heard you over there.
No, we were just out after curfew. Or at least
No,
I was. I'm not sure where my friends are.
I'm not sure I should be talking about the Defiance then. I mean, you're a nice guy and all, but I can't really risk having
Well,
the Defiance.
yes. Yes, do as your conscience dictates. I'm not trying to get any information out of you that you don't want to give.
Because I don't think Bumblefoot would be too happy if I were to just tell anybody about it.
Do you know Bumblefoot?
Do you know Bumblefoot?
Well, when I asked you about him before, you said you didn't know him.
Well, I mean, I can't just tell anybody about the Defiance.
I understand. If we were able to leave this place together, would you be able to lead me to my friend?
Well, I mean, maybe. By about this time, the three of you have and have approached the tower.
Impressive.
Yes, a big a feat of architectural architude. That's a word, right?
It certainly is.
Well, what do you think the best way to get in is? I'll probably climb it. Here, give me a boost.
Perhaps we should try a door first.
A door,
Yes.
or maybe a window.
Or maybe a window.
If only Callum was here. He was great with doors and windows.
Pooh, are you still wearing your hat?
That's a good question. It was knocked off my head, and then Aelin had it for a second, and you gave it back to me, though, right?
I did, before we saw
Yep.
Christopher.
So yes, I am.
All right, and who did you look like?
You're testing my memory. I believe last it was Orbog, wasn't it?
That's what I wanted to say too. So there's basically two Orbogs walking
Yeah.
down the street with Aelin.
Twinsies.
You look really good tonight, Orbog.
Thank you. You do too.
Okay, boys, if we can stop complimenting each other and see if we can figure out how to get into this.
Oh, yes, you said doors or windows. Let me see.
I look around to see if I can see a good door or window.
Oh, there does appear to be a front door.
Oh, that door right there looks like a very good door.
And I point towards the front door, and I start walking towards it.
I'm gonna stealth up.
If you're gonna stealth up,
I was gonna stealth up and see if I could pick the lock, if it's locked.
well, you better get there before I do.
19 for stealth. Can that include speed around the bugbear?
Well, stealth. The thing about stealth is it doesn't necessarily incorporate speed to go with it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a one or the other sort of thing.
Got it. So no.
I'm walking up towards the door. I stop right in front of it. I pull my hand back to give it a nice hearty bear bug knock.
All right.
And then I knock on the door with my forehead.
With your forehead. All right. So, Aelin, as you're stealthing up, all of a sudden the bugbear, your bugbear friend, who looks currently like a half-orc, starts headbutting the door.
Pooh, what are you doing?
This was how I was told it was effective to knock. All right, Orbog?
That's not. I was mistaken. I misremembered.
Oh. Well, how are you supposed to do it?
Well, let's talk about the fact
Right
that they may not be
now,
happy.
The eye plate on the door slides to the left, and there's someone standing behind it. He's like, "Who are you?"
Oh, greetings, sir. I am Orbog. This is my brother, Orbog, and this is our friend, Aelin.
Hello.
So you're Orbog, and Aelin.
Yes, that's right.
All right. What do you want?
We want in.
What? You want in? You shouldn't even be out. You know it's past curfew, right?
Yes, we want in. That's what, because we know we're not supposed to be out.
We feel very bad about it. Extremely bad.
So you came here so we could lock you up because you're out past curfew.
We were supposed to be in, and then we ended up out. And now we're asking to come in.
Can the eye slut see me?
No, actually.
Okay.
Sing
didn't think
something.
so.
Sing something snappy.
Sir, could you just look a little bit further down? Down here. Down here. Way down here.
He's trying to look.
We not so much are wanting you to arrest us as we are trying to gather safety. We figured this would be the place to come.
No. Well, you certainly would be safe inside a jail cell.
We were thinking something more like an office.
Hey, Jerry. These three out here think they could be safe from being out after curfew by showing up here.
Oh, we got here a guy in the back. Yeah, that's just dumb.
Look, I mean,
Is this not the Black Roof Inn?
no. This is the Inquisition headquarters. So, you know what? Yeah, we'll definitely let you in.
And he opens the door. And I was not ready for this because I didn't think we'd be doing this. Lesson to everybody out there. Always have some random maps ready for combat.
What combat?
Yeah,
we're
what?
just going to combat.
We're not being combative.
But they are about to be, so unless you would like to end up in a jail cell, we are going to need to pull our weapons.
I could use some company.
You're not here.
Not all here, anyway.
Not in
At this point, we hear kazoo.
Kazoo.
That would be good.
No, I got plans for Steve, so...
Then we can go somewhere else.
We could have gone somewhere else had we stealthed in like I was planning on doing.
Just a quick minute, kids. I am setting up a battle map as we speak.
We want peace. We don't want war.
I want kazoo music.
The whole underscore for this episode should be in kazoo music.
All kazoo, all the time.
Instead of more cowbell, we need more kazoo.
That's right. Oh, are we rolling initiative? I'm not rolling initiative, though.
You are not rolling initiative.
I got a 10.
Aylin got a 12, but she didn't select her character before she rolled.
Wah, wah.
Oh,
I got an 8.
Some people.
So the door opens, Aileen, and when you look in, you see 5 guards scattered throughout the room of this tower, and they look like they are about to start getting violent with you guys. You are first in the initiative order.
oh, goody. Just where I like to be. Can I roll for like athletics or acrobatics to like get in the middle of them? Like handspring into the middle of them?
Yeah, go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll acrobatics.
19.
You do a series of handsprings. You can go the length of your speed to wherever you want to inside the tower.
Okay, I'm going to get behind them.
Well, they're scattered throughout the room. So you can go ahead and go into the tower. And when you go in there, you'll be able to see what's on the inside. And just place yourself wherever in there you want to go. All right. And so you are in the middle. Do you have an action that you would like to do?
Can I do an action in addition to that?
Yeah, because that's just your movement.
Gotcha. Yes, I am going to do my crossbow at the one directly in front of me. 16.
A 16 just hits. So go ahead and roll damage.
4.
So you guys watch Aylin do a series of handsprings into the tower, and then she turns around with a crossbow and shoots the guard that was talking to you at the door between the shoulder blades.
Oh my!
And he's like, ugh.
I'm beginning to like this girl.
All right, Pooh, it's your turn on the initiative tracker.
All right. Which way do the doors open?
They open in like a normal door.
Okay.
Yes, I was thinking we could just close the doors too.
No, I was just wondering, and they're both open.
Right.
Okay.
Are
Then
you-
I'm just.
Are you gonna go in or?
Yeah, I'm just
gonna.
gonna rush in, and rage as well.
All right, I'll pull you in, so now you can see in.
All right, so I'm gonna rush in, and I'm going to just the guy that's right there in front of me, by the door, the one that I guess we were talking to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna run in and take my great axe and just kind of fling it to the side where he's at as I run through the door.
You're so savage, bro. All right, go ahead and roll.
Okay, let's see. Does 17. Does a 17 hit?
A 17 will hit.
For 14 slashing damage.
14. So, Aelin, Pooh runs in right after you, and he swings his he swings his axe to the left and cleaves this guy in two crossways as his legs drop out from underneath him, and then he looks down and he starts grabbing at his legs, and he falls off the edge of Pooh's axe.
And then I take my hand axe and I pull it out and throw it at the guy. I'm standing by the spiral staircase in the middle there.
This guy?
Yep.
All right. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
I did by clicking on it. So a 24.
23 is
yeah,
going
it
to
looks
hit.
like a 23. So plus. So that would be 9 slashing damage.
And you tag this guy right in the throat. He's not dead, but he's looking like he probably wishes he was.
Oh, good evening, gentlemen.
All right. Any other movement or bonus actions?
That's it for me.
All right. Orbog, it is your turn. Go ahead.
Take a step away from the door so others can squeeze by if they need to.
All right, Orbog, you watched your bugbear companion go in looking like you and just savages the crap out of the people inside this building.
Okay. So there's 3 of them in there?
There are 4 remaining. You are standing over the top of a corpse right now.
Oh, nice. So could I see like which ones got hit or whatever?
Yeah, it's this guy here who he has a hand axe sticking out of his neck right now.
I am. I guess I'm gonna move toward this guy, and oh, I see. There's another one hiding back there. I am. I want to intimidate him. I want to do menacing.
Okay. How does that spell work?
When you take the attack action on your turn, you can replace one attack with an attempt to demoralize one humanoid you can see within 30 feet of you that can see and hear you.
Okay.
Make a charisma intimidation check contested by the target's wisdom.
All right, so I have to make a wisdom save. What's your spell DC? Actually, no. You're using a. You have to roll a charisma. You have to roll a charisma.
Yeah.
Actually, no. It said intimidation, right?
Well, it's charisma, intimidation.
Okay, use the score that's next to intimidation.
Okay, yeah. So be 17.
Okay, he rolled a 19 for his wisdom save, so he's able to resist your intimidation.
Okay, and I will swing at him with my longsword.
All right, he looks at you. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Okay. 22.
Yeah, that's definitely going to hit.
So 9.
So yeah, you hit him. So you try to intimidate him, and he looks at you. He's like,
Are you kidding? My boss is a bugbear.
and then you just lunge forward with your sword and you jab him for 9 points. He buckles over your sword as you impale him. He's like, that really hurts. He's still standing, but again, he doesn't look like he's too happy in life at the moment.
And I'm knight. That's my bonus, right? Because I did the intimidation, menacing.
Okay. Was your intimidation a bonus action spell or a bonus action?
It doesn't say it was, but
Oh, yeah. So I just let you get away with 2 actions without paying attention. I'll allow it this time. But if it takes up a full action, and then you shouldn't have been able to attack. But we'll overlook it for now.
Yeah, it failed anyways.
It's a learning experience. All right. So now it's the guards' turn. So they grab their spears, and this one is going to run here. This guy is mad at you. He's going to move there. All right. And they're going two-handed with their spears. I'm assuming a 20 hits you, Orbog?
Yes.
And so then a 21 is also going to hit you. So the 2 guys near you, Orbog, they both lunge forward with their spears and jab you at the same time, doing a total of 11 points of piercing damage. And then, does the 18 hit you, Aileen?
Yes.
So the one that you got with the... Actually, no, you didn't get the guy with the hand axe. Oh, well, that's the one that attacked you. He jabs you with his spear for 6 points of piercing damage. And Pooh, does a 10 hit you?
It does not.
So that one lunges out with his spear, and you just kind of knock it away with your paw.
Which one is that? The one?
The one to your south.
Okay.
Aileen, it is your turn.
I'm going to become invisible.
Okay.
I can figure out how. There we go. So, is that my action?
Casting time is 1 action, so...
Gotcha.
If you were invisible...
I'm going to scooch over here as my movement. So that it can go, what the heck?
So you turn invisible. The guy looks confused. Any bonus actions, or...
I don't think I have any.
Okay. Inspiration would be a bonus action, but if you were to do that, it would counteract your invisibility spell.
Yes.
Pooh.
Yes, it would.
All right. So the guy in front of me has my axe, right?
In his neck.
Right.
The guy to your right, or to your
right in front of by the staircase.
That guy.
Yeah, that's that. Perfect. So that guy, I'll go ahead and take my axe out of his neck and go ahead, swing it across at the guy to my south.
Oh, that's a neat idea.
Uh-huh. And I'll tell you how it goes. Does non-natural 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. And that's only 9 Yeah, 9 damage. Because
So-
I'm raging, so...
Nice. So you pull it out of that one dude's neck. He just kind of gouts blood at you when you do that. You spin it around and plant it in the neck of the guy in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And he's kind of hating life now, too.
And then I'll take my great axe and bring it down on the first guy.
All right.
And I'll tell you how that works out. Yeah, it's more than 20.
That'll hit.
And then 13 damage.
Yeah, so as you bring your axe down, his body just goes with the motion of your axe, and he just falls to the ground. He is no longer amongst the living.
Great. And then I'll look at the other guys across the room. With Orbog over there, and I'll say,
Did you say your boss was a bugbear?
and then I'll turn off my Orbog illusion.
All right.
And
Orbog,
that's all for me.
Orbog, it is your turn.
Question: is my sword still in this guy?
Do you want it to be?
I think I do.
Okay, we'll say it is.
I want to. How far through him is it?
Well, given that you knocked him down to 2 hit points, I'm going to say that you probably did full body piercing.
And is he still standing? He's just wobbly.
He's standing, yeah, and he's wobbly on his legs. You did a great deal of damage to him.
So I want to grab my sword with 2 hands, the hilt,
Okay.
and I want to lift him up and slam him into his friend.
Okay, so you're going to make a shish kebab in Larry.
Yes.
Okay. What I want you to do then is, do you get 2 attacks?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so we're going to rule this as both your attacks. I need you to roll both attacks at the same time, please.
One is a 24, and the other one is a 7.
All right. So go ahead and roll damage for that 24, and I'll tell you how this plays out.
5.
All right. So here's what happens. You lift the guy up by the hilt of your sword. And as you lift him up and you're turning to look at the other guy, his body slides down over the hilt of your sword and kind of wraps around your hands. It feels kind of like you're feeding a horse a sugar cube. But that throws off your center of balance, and you aren't able to swing it around into. You aren't really able to swing it around into the other guy. So you weren't able to get them both, but you definitely expired one of them.
Okay.
It's the guard's turn. That guy's still at full health, so he is going to try to spear you again, Orbog. He rolled a 5. I'm assuming that misses you.
Yes.
So right about the time that you are turning around and trying to slide his friend off of your hands, he jabs a spear at you, but you had just turned, and he ends up spearing the corpse of his friend. And then Pooh, does a 19 hit you, Pooh?
Yes, it does.
All right. So the guy that's in front of you thrusts his spear out, and he jams it into your side, and you take 6 points of piercing damage, and he goes, I'm going to get 50 gold.
You won't be alive long to get that.
Aylin, it is your turn.
Okay.
Or Aileen, I'm sorry. I said it wrong.
It's okay. I'm going to cast Cloud of Daggers on this one.
All right. So, yeah, there's no... I don't even... all right. I don't even roll a... I don't even roll against it, so there's not a save. All right.
He's dead, Jim.
What's that?
He's dead, Jim.
Well, it depends on what you roll.
Oh. This is true. 4. 4. 1. Just for proof that I'm actually rolling this and not just saying 4. And 3.
So
Still
that's
4.
12. Yeah, he's dead, Jim. So, Orbog, as you're standing there, you hear this tiny voice just kind of sing something about daggers in a language you're not super familiar with. And all of a sudden, these ethereal daggers just start flying around the guard that's in front of you. And literally eviscerate him, turning him into human cold cuts. And he just falls to a mound on the floor.
Thank you, Aelin.
You're quite welcome.
And Apu.
All right. Well, I'm going to grab this guy by the shoulders.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to look him in the eye and say,
We're in need of some information. Would you like us to keep fighting, or are you willing to perhaps see that 50 gold pieces come to you?
Make your intimidation.
mm-hmm. So that would be a great, that would be a 1 on intimidation.
Oh, jeez. So the guy's sitting there thinking of a childhood character as you're talking to him and just laughing his head off as you're talking to him. He's like, the only way I'm getting my 50 gold is if I take your skin.
Or if I give it to you?
But who did?
So the intimidation would have been your action.
Yeah.
So any movement?
I'm like right up next to him, so no.
Okay.
And I was trying to be all sophisticated about it. I should have just killed
Who
him.
doesn't do sophistication? Orbog, it is your turn.
I can move over to that guy, right?
As long as it's within your movement speed.
And we're pretty sure there's not another guy hiding back here.
What you see is what you see, man.
Okay. Yeah, there's nobody back there. Yeah, I'll run over to him and step on his friend and hit him two-handed with my sword.
All right, go ahead and make your attack roll.
17.
That's a hit.
8 for 8 damage.
Yeah, so go ahead and describe the action you're doing as you're swinging this, and I'll tell you how it plays out.
I was just running to help Pooh, and I bring the sword down over my head.
All right. So this guy had already had an axe in his throat, and as you bring your sword down, you just kind of arc it just a little bit, and it hits the gash that's on his throat, and you finish the rest of the job as far as cleaving his head from his shoulders. And you've solved my guards in the tower puzzle.
We're pretty good at puzzles.
Yep.
Okay, and right about this time, you guys feel a massive earthquake.
What?
Oh, those rocks are coming for you, Orbog.
It's the bacon. Does the stuff that's on the ground there, does that just look like, or is that not really on the ground? Is that just
That's
for
on the
us?
ground.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm.
So does it look like a spell thing to us, or does it just look like a compass?
Make an arcana check, please.
7.
You're not sure.
I'm gonna rifle through a couple of the guys' pockets prefer the one that answered the door first off to see if I can find keys or something like that.
Why did it disappear?
Because you went invisible.
I didn't find anything. Pretty sure.
What did you roll?
For my investigation, it would have been a 4.
No, you didn't find anything at all. Anybody else want to do some rage looting before I change scenes?
Not rage looting. That was deliberate looting to see if I could find keys.
Yeah. I'll be looking for keys too.
I didn't find anything in this. I didn't even find pockets on this guy.
And can we look, and can we also search for like a map or something to the tower?
If anybody wants to search for anything, just roll the investigation.
15. Searching all the things.
Yeah, she found everything.
I didn't even find pockets.
That's all right, honey.
I got 10.
All right. Y'all don't find any keys on them, but you do find about 20 gold pieces between the 5 of them.
Gold smold.
Oh. You can have the money, Pooh.
Oh, well, thank you. Now, does anyone else feel the earth quaking and shaking? Or is that just my tummy?
I was hoping that was just me.
No. It's moving all right.
Oh, well, that's bothersome.
All right. Gareth,
Yes.
we are going to rewind a little bit. All right. So as you're sitting there with the toot toot kazoot and you're talking to Thomas a little bit, you hear the sound of combat coming from a ways away. You're not entirely certain, but you can definitely hear some combat, and you do hear your friends.
Ooh. I like the sound of that, literally. Now, what was the situation? Do I have any windows, or is
Nope.
it just the door?
You just have your cell door in front of you.
Does it sound like they're coming from like beyond the wall, and they're making so much noise I can hear them through the wall, or are they coming down the hall?
Make a perception check. You aren't entirely certain. You definitely know it's not coming from behind you towards where the stone wall is.
Okay.
But
So,
with the acoustics of the prison, you're not entirely certain which direction the sound is coming from.
okay. So if I look through the bars, I can see up an alley there, up a whatever you call it, a corridor, and then down a corridor.
When you look forward, if you're standing at your bars and you look forward, you see a stone wall. Like the hallway is one-sided with cells. So the hallway goes left and right, but it does not go forward.
Okay. And I get the impression that Thomas is in the cell next to me.
If you're standing facing the bars, he would be in the cell to your left.
Okay. So I am going to use the kazoo, and I'm going to use it so that the ground 10 feet in front of me includes the corner of my cell and as much of the corner of his cell as 10 feet will give me.
Okay.
So
what are the effects of the kazoot?
It's a 10 feet in front of you. Each creature other than you in that area must make a dexterity saving throw DC 14. On a failed save, a creature takes 3d6 bludgeoning damage and is knocked prone. If the ground in that area is loose earth or stone, it becomes difficult terrain until cleared, with each 5-foot diameter portion requiring at least 1 minute to clear by hand.
Okay.
I
All
won't
right.
be interested in clearing it, except for clearing the distance of it and then keeping moving.
All right. So go ahead. You kind of toot in your kazoo, and go ahead and roll the damage on that, keeping in mind that these are metal bars.
How do I roll for that? I'm aiming at the floor.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're trying to do the damage on the bars.
Well, I'm assuming that the damage to the floor will make the bars either so loose that they're, falling out, or at the very least, damaging the integrity of them so I can try to get out. So what do I actually roll on for that?
What basically how this is, what this is, this item actually mimics a spell that some characters can cast. It's basically causing the ground to cause damage to what's over it.
Okay.
Okay. You're trying to cause damage to the bars is basically how this is playing out.
Okay.
The damage caused is listed in there. It tells you to roll. It was 3D something.
3d6, I believe. Yep.
So
and
go ahead.
Do I just roll 3d6?
Yeah, if you're going to roll analog, or if you're trying to just have roll 20 roll, you just type in /R.
Whoa, 17.
All right. So you toot this kazoot, and you hear this loud bang as the ground kind of erupts underneath of it, and it does bend the bars, but these bars are iron, and they don't really break. You know, if like there was something that was fleshy standing over the bars, they'd be a hurt person.
Okay.
But these are definitely metal. But all of a sudden, as that bangs up, and all of a sudden Thomas is like, "Whoa, what was that?"
I believe there was a tremor in the area.
Oh, a tremor, huh? If you want a tremor, is that your friends upstairs?
It sounds like them. I'd like to find out.
All right. And then all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, Thomas's voice changes. He goes, "Now, Gareth, I just want to remind you, though things can seem a little bit terrible at times, all things work together for the good that are called according to the purposes. Remember that."
Do I recognize this voice?
And all of a sudden, the earth shakes, and your jail cell opens.
Ooh, pretty cool. I take advantage of that and walk out. I look over for Thomas to see if I can do anything for him.
As you look into the cell, it's empty.
I make sure that it's empty. I'm like really gonna squint and stuff if it's dark.
Okay, make a investigation check.
Investigation. 19.
That's actually a natural 20.
Wow.
Because when you have
yeah.
a -1.
Yep.
When it turns green, you got a nat 20. You can see every corner of that room. And not only does it look empty, but there's dust covering the floor. It doesn't look like anybody's been there for a long time.
Oh, that's odd. All right. Wow. Leaving that, I would. Does it seem like anyone else is down here? Is it just the two holding cells?
It's just the two hold cells.
Okay. All right then. I would try to determine maybe by perception which way to go.
Actually, I'm using that investigation check because you're feeling pretty investigative at the moment. You are able to determine that you are
Follow
actually
the sound of my voice.
you do hear kind of distant voices that sound like your friends, and you're able to determine now that you are actually in a basement area. And so through some careful observation, you're able to find a staircase.
Okay. I will go towards the staircase. I'll put the kazoo away. Excuse me. And head toward the staircase.
All right.
Looking for anything that I could possibly use as a weapon as I go by. A fire axe, leftover hammer from someone. I don't know. Anything.
All right. Go ahead and make another investigation check if you're kind of searching for armaments on top of...
I'm just going quickly.
Okay. What's your passive perception?
Passive perception is 11.
All right. As you're going, nothing really kind of sticks out in front of you. Okay. But you start running up the stairs, and as you come up the stairs, you're immediately greeted to the sight of a bunch of guard corpses all over the floor.
Ooh.
But then you also see Pooh and Orbog and Aelin.
Pooh, Orbog, Aelin!
Who?
Well, there he is.
We were just looking for you.
You found me, my friend.
We found another person that we had lost.
See, it is your night of finding people, Pooh.
Oh, come here, Orbog.
I go to give...
come here, Gareth.
Wow, poor Orbog. I walk over to Pooh.
And I give Orbog... I give Gareth a hug.
No hugs for Orbog.
I already gave him his hug.
Orbog, come in here. Come on.
I do our secret paladin handshake with him.
Yeah, the cool handshake we developed.
Well, how was it here?
It was, I wouldn't say pleasant. I was locked up downstairs.
That sounds awful. I'm sorry we left you behind. From now on, I will never leave anyone behind.
Well, unless there is good cause. But that's for a different time. I'm looking around to see if I can find any of my stuff.
Make an investigation check, please.
16.
You don't find your stuff, but you do see a chest off to the side of the room.
Okay. Is it locked? Does it look locked?
You try to open it, and yes, it is locked.
Does anyone have an ersatz key to this chest?
No, but I might be able to pick the lock.
That's what I meant.
That's not what you said.
Could you please try to pick the lock?
Certainly.
Do you have thieves' tools?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and use your thieves' tools.
Apparently I did not put them onto the thing.
They could be almost any thieves' tools, right? She might have thieved them from another thief.
Now that is none of your business.
That's out of game.
I don't think I have them on my sheet. I tried to add it because I know I have them. I just haven't put it into the Roll20 sheet.
Give me a quick second and I can put it on your sheet for you. So this doesn't, in case it comes up again.
I don't know if I've mentioned this to all of you.
There it goes.
Oh, there we go.
And you rolled a what for your
15.
thieves tool? Yeah, after some rooting around in there, it takes about 5 minutes, but you finally are able to pick that lock, and it pops open, and Gareth, there's your stuff.
Well, hooray. I grab as much of it as I possibly can without causing any other delay. And so where to now, my friends?
Well, that's the thing. I think maybe we should stay right here. You see, Gareth, Orbog, you would not know this, but we found Christopher.
Aha! Where was he?
We saw him riding through the town with a bunch of those scary guard people coming from the tower.
Is he okay?
He seemed to be in charge.
Yes, very large and rather more gruff and scarred than when I left him last.
Interesting.
He looked, well, I suppose I got a decent look at him.
And then I use my hat to try to look like what I saw of him.
Gareth, when he turns into that image that he is talking about, you recognize that as the bugbear that was questioning you in the cell.
I believe I may have met him as well.
Oh, how's he doing?
He seems troubled. He had lots of questions for me and was unhappy with my answers.
Yes, I understand that. You often give very interesting answers.
Thank you.
What was he asking about?
Trying to remember exactly everything that he asked me about.
You see, your answers are always disappointing.
That wasn't my answer. That was me out of game. He asked me a lot of personal things about why I was where I was. Apparently there's a curfew in town that we broke.
Oh yes, we found out about that too.
Yes.
Why did you want to stay here, Pooh?
Oh, well this is where he came from. So if he came from here, he'll probably be back.
I wonder if we could confuse his troops with your little trick.
Oh, you mean this little trick where I look like him?
Yes.
Oh, that's very clever, Orbog.
Thank you.
You don't suppose there's any more people inside this building? That we may not want to be right where we're at. Right here.
Gareth, did you see anything on your way in?
I was unconscious on my way in.
So that's a yes?
I saw nothing.
Oh.
Then perhaps this isn't the safest place to stay.
Perhaps we should keep exploring up the tower, since we know what's down.
And
I
we'll
think that would be a great idea.
And I suppose going outside we'll just get arrested again.
Yes, indeed.
And then we'd be back here anyway.
And we're on a roll with finding people.
So perhaps we'll find Callum here. Or wouldn't that be surprising?
Well, shall we then take a look?
Oh yes. Allow me to lead the way as our bugbear captain, or whatever he is.
And
All
we're
right.
going to go up those stairs.
All right, so you start going up the stairs, and you get to the top of the stairs, and there's a door.
It would seem there's a door at the top of these stairs.
Is it unlocked?
You try to find out if it's unlocked, and there's no handle.
This door seems to have no handle.
Does it push?
When you push on it, nothing happens.
I pushed on it and nothing happened.
Is it the only door? Is there other option going back?
Pretty much.
Down the stairs.
Do I need to do a lockpick?
I don't believe there's a lock to pick.
Oh.
I could try knocking.
With or without your head?
I was informed earlier that without my head would be better.
Just checking.
Oh, come here, Gareth. We'll use your head instead.
No, I'll do a gentle knock on the door.
Okay. You knock on the door. And as you knock on the door, it cracks open a little bit.
Oh, it opened.
Don't talk like that.
I don't talk. All right, try to use my scary voice. Or not any voice at all. How's that?
Good.
I'll push it open a little bit more so I can put my head in through. I guess I'll do it stealthily.
All right, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
That would be 11.
Okay.
Should have just kicked it open like Jerk Bear.
As you poke your head through the door, you remember that. Oh wait, you weren't the one who was on the portal. You get this feeling like your breath is being pulled out of you, and as your head comes through the other side of the door, you just see a vast wasteland of darkness and shifting sand all over the place. And constant wind coming from every direction. Almost like you're in a, almost at like it's in a realm of the embodiment of chaos and disorder.
Can I pull my head back through to talk to the others?
Yeah.
It's a little windy in there.
Windy how?
And the three of you, when he stuck his head through there, it was like there was some mirror trick, because as he crossed a certain point, the part of him that he was sticking through stopped existing.
That's
from what you could see. And then when he pulled it back, it was obviously back.
It looked a little chaotic in there.
It looked a little chaotic out here. How are you feeling?
Like myself.
What did you see in there?
Wind and sand. It was coarse and rough, and it's got everywhere.
Like a simoom?
Exactly like that.
Ha. Well, perhaps this is the wrong door for us to be going through.
I'd like the paladins to make a history check, please.
Natural 20.
Nice. Natural 20.
For real, both of you.
Yeah.
Wow.
We know everything about this thing.
So as Pooh is describing what it looked like beyond the door, both of you at the same time realize he's talking about the abyss.
Oh. So I look over to Orbog, and at the same time we say, the abyss. Say it with me. The
abyss.
The abyss. One more time. One more time. 3, 2, 1. The abyss. That'll be all edited out in post, I'm sure.
I love that movie.
What do we know about this abyss?
The abyss is there is several different planes of existence.
Right.
And the abyss is basically a plane of existence that is entirely devoted to chaos. It's where the demons dwell. And now there's a difference between demons and devils. The devils live within the 9 hells. The abyss is where the demons are, and there's no hierarchy amongst the demons as there are amongst the devils.
Okay.
It's just all completely devoted to chaos and disorder, and it's a generally bad place to be.
Like crossing the streams type of bad?
It's worse than like you would prefer to go to the 9 hells before you would go to the abyss.
God.
I think
Hey,
the
bad
DM wants us to go in there.
It's the call to adventure. Hang up the phone.
All right.
Are we sure Callum is in there?
How much?
I'm pretty sure Callum would not be there.
I'm not sure if Callum was there. We really need to go in anyway.
Correct. That is some wisdom.
Oh, well, if it's not what we're looking for, we should stop looking here.
Yes. So
I'd like
start
you to make a perception check, please.
Oh, goody.
Not my worst. 9.
The door is still cracked, and you're starting to see a tentacle try to slide through.
Oh, is that one of yours, or is that... there's a squishy thing.
Pooh dear, why don't you put Cthulhu back in the closet and let's go?
Yeah, let's close that door.
I slam my back into the door.
You slam the door and sever that tentacle, and the door is closed.
Not today, Cthulhu.
That's the name of the episode.
Oh. I like the you tootin' your kazoot. That's a pretty good. So many good titles.
So much good titles, so little time.
So what's going on, kids?
We go back downstairs.
All right, you head downstairs, and there are still 5 dead bodies on the floor.
Well, at least they're not up and walking around.
This is not a very big tower, is it?
No, I thought it was taller from the outside, but... Well, I don't think there's much more for us to do here. Perhaps we wait outside in the bushes.
Did we see bushes outside?
That's actually what I was thinking.
On the battle map I had thrown up, there were bushes outside.
I thought so.
And are they big enough to cover the Beastie Boys?
Probably Adrock and MCA, but Mike D might be out of luck.
Whoa, Mike D's like the thinnest one.
I'm pretty sure that was a very healthy shrubbery out there.
But did you have to bring it to some knights?
Only the ones that say "nee."
Oh, I thought were the ones that said "icky icky pating meow."
Yeah, those ones.
I bet maybe she could even talk to them and get some more information.
Oh, yes. You can talk to grass.
I can.
Oh, how are you with shrubberies?
Well, we can definitely see.
Let's go talk to a shrubbery.
I go outside.
Yeah, I'm going outside too.
And
I'll
I'm
follow.
going as well.
I'm impatiently gonna wait for her and ask her what they're saying.
As soon as I find speak with plants.
Should we hide behind the shrubs or try to and then talk to them?
Oh, we should probably ask if we can hide behind them first.
Oh,
It's more
that's-
polite that way.
Yes, that's true.
Mr. Shrubbery. Now that I've cast Speak with Plants.
Oh God! Oh God! You're not here to prune me, are you?
No, darling, we are not here to prune you.
You wouldn't believe what that last guy did.
I'm so sorry. Would you mind if we hid behind you?
I suppose if you see any dogs, shoo them away. You wouldn't.
We will. We promise.
You-
We will not let any dogs come near you.
Oh, it's so indecent.
I agree.
What's he saying?
He is saying we may hide behind him, but if a dog comes by, we should shoo it away.
Oh, forget that.
Don't tell the plant that. He has agreed to let us hide behind him. So I go to hide behind the plant and continue the conversation.
We should ask about, yes, Christopher.
Well, let's hide Pootia, and then we shall talk about Christopher.
And ask about Callum, too. Don't forget Callum.
I will not forget about Callum. So,
All right, well, let's hide behind the bush.
Gareth, do you have anybody you want to ask about?
No, I'm all set.
What about you, biggity bone, what's his face?
Good old what's-his-face. I'll never
Foot
forget him.
Stumper. You know your friend?
Stumblefoot.
Oh, yes, that's him.
Sure. Why not?
so have we hid behind the bushes?
I hid behind the bush.
Yeah, you guys already said you did.
Just making sure that had actually happened. Because we're not
Hiding
being
behind
very
the bush.
quiet here as we're hiding.
And time.
Oh, the bush stopped talking.
The bush seems to have a time clock.
No. Your spell has a duration of up to 1 minute.
One actual minute?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's he saying? Is he saying anything?
Well,
I grab it and start squeezing it. Trying to make...
Stop shaking the shrubbery. You're going to give us away.
He's not talking. I can tell. She's not listening.
I believe it's gone to sleep. The spell has worn off, boys.
I have a question for you.
Put more quarters in.
Do they ever actually speak back to you, or are you just making stuff up?
Oh no, they speak back all right. I can't make up the stuff about that grass back there outside of Waterdeep.
I was just wondering.
Can you do it again, or do you have to wait like a whole day or something stupid?
I believe I have to wait a whole day.
Something stupid.
Well, make yourselves comfortable.
I already am.
I get comfortable.
Pooh, can you stretch out a little bit?
Oh.
Yes.
That was my hip.
Oop, I'm sorry. You're so small.
I know it. Trust me, it has been a problem for the majority of my life outside of my community.
You wouldn't happen to have anything sweet on you? I'm just getting a little hungry.
I do not.
Well, I think we'll just keep having a conversation behind this bush until something interesting happens.
Is there anything else we see around this area out there?
I was about to say, that's right. Just wait for adventure to happen.
That's my motto.
Adventure.
So what was your question, Orbog?
If there's anything else around, any other buildings or things that we can see around here?
There's lots of buildings around you. You're in the middle of a city.
Well, I just didn't know how
hiding.
close they were to like the tower, since it's...
I would say that there's probably about a 20-foot parameter around the tower that it seems like nothing is encroaching on it.
I'll talk to the other people. Does anyone know why there's a curfew?
I think it's sort of a martial curfew put in effect by the people who were trying to rule this place.
Hmm.
Very interesting.
Let's sit in silence and think about that.
We've got another half hour. I think we can do that.
Oh, such good podcasting.
All right. Well, I'm done sitting around.
Oh.
Right about this time, I'll say that the sun is actually not starting to come up at this point.
Hey, look at that. The sun's coming up. That means it's no longer curfew.
Does that mean we can go get some breakfast?
Oh, I hope so. Orbog, are you wandering around in town? Do you know of any good place to get some food?
No, but if it's a new day, I have my sword against the trunk of this bush. We can make them talk.
Dear, that is not how that works. It has to be a full 24 hours. It has been 15 minutes.
Ugh. Your spells stink.
Well, I apologize, Mr. Orc.
Well, so we think that it's safe to go out now because the sun's coming up?
I think we should stay for just a second longer and see if we see people to be out and about, and that shall be our indicator.
So you guys hang out behind this bush, and after a couple more hours of just hanging out, people start leaving their houses, and it looks like they're starting to go about their daily business.
Perhaps we could look for a public house for breakfast.
That is the best idea I've heard in the last 20 minutes.
Do I remember any places like that would be around here from when I was in town 2 years ago?
The Laughing Lamia?
Is it around here?
It's, you know where it's at.
Is that the only place that I would know around in the city?
Orbog would be familiar with the Yawning Portal.
Do we know which one would be closer?
Well, I think the Yawning Portal is just upstairs.
Yes. Kind of tough. Oh, that was my yawning portal.
Well, I suppose we can go to the Yawning Portal.
Lead on.
All right, so Orbog leads you through the city and takes you to a large-looking inn. And as you walk in, there is a kind of a gruff-looking dude behind the counter. Orbog, it's the same guy that you encountered when you showed up in town. And he's like, "Oh, it's you again. Can I help you?"
We'd like some food.
Oh, well, if it's food you want, I can help you with that.
Just for the record, as Pooh, I have not changed my appearance yet. Back from Christopher.
Right, that is correct. And then but he's looking kind of warily at your bugbear companion. And he's like, actually, no, given who this guy is, he doesn't care at all that you're there as that.
Cool.
He's like, "So, are y'all on one check or?"
Yes, Pooh's paying.
Me? I'm paying?
You just found some...
yes, I have 20 gold pieces.
Yes, from the sleeping men. They were really sleeping hard.
As soon as you say... As soon as...
Dead asleep.
Orbog, as soon as you say... the name Pooh... the guy behind the counter, his ears kind of prick up a little bit. You just notice a slight reaction in him, like he knows that name. But he kind of poker faces you as far as why.
Well, I'm gonna act like I'm calling Gareth Pooh.
I still like react as if you were talking to me.
All right, here we go. There's 20.
And I throw down the 20 slightly bloody gold pieces that we got.
He looks down at it, doesn't flinch, just swipes his hand over it, pockets it, and he's like, "I'll be right back." He goes in a back room.
Pooh, take the hat off.
I take the hat off.
I take the hat off.
Go out and come back in again.
Go out like this and come back in again like this?
Quickly, before this idiot comes back.
Okay.
I walk outside.
Perhaps this is not the best strategy.
I'm a master of deception.
Alrighty then.
So I walk outside, wait a couple of seconds, and then walk back inside.
It's kind of weird that a guy sporting religion is calling himself a master of deception.
Well, maybe deception is part of his religion.
Yeah.
All right.
You ever think of that?
It's a false religion, so.
All right, Benny Hinn.
There you go.
So, you walk outside and you walk back in.
Hello, people who I've never seen before.
Hello.
Pooh.
Hello, Mr. Sanders.
Oh yes, that's me.
As soon as you say Mr. Sanders, you hear a pan drop in the back.
Go back out. Come in again.
That sounded like a breakfast.
I think we're gonna have to kill somebody.
I do hope not. I really need a cup of coffee.
Good luck with that.
I
dude.
don't think we want to fight this fellow. Just from my knowledge.
That's out of game, but it was in game.
So, just out of character, real quick, and this can be edited out if someone wants to. Do you know?
Yeah, I know.
Josiah, you know who runs? Do you know who runs the yawning portal?
Yes.
Okay.
And I know we don't want to fight him.
Okay, so back in game, the proprietor comes with 4 plates of food, and he kind of eyes Pooh a little bit more.
Oh, hello, person who I've never seen before as well. I am with them.
Yeah. He just sets the plates down.
Ooh, this looks tasty.
And then he walks back to a back room somewhere.
Oh, nice enough, fellow. A breakfast looks delicious. And
I'm going to go stealth.
delicious as well.
I'm going to go stealthily follow him. Y'all don't drink all the coffee.
You're going to stealth after him?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to stealth out the front door.
I'm going to stealthily reach over and grab Aylin's plate.
I'm grabbing her coffee.
Okay, Aylin, go ahead and make that stealth check, please.
It's a 12.
Okay. So as you go stealthing back after him, you go to the back room you saw him go into, and you don't see him.
What do I see?
An empty room.
Fun.
Is there absolutely nothing in the room?
Well, I mean, it looks like an empty office.
Okay.
Look for a statue you can pull.
Okay, I guess I'm going to investigate to see what's going on.
Okay, well, As you begin to investigate, I need you to make a dexterity save.
Oh, heck. 12.
Okay, so you hear something drop behind you, and you feel a hand over your mouth and a very sharp thing under your chin.
I'm going to
And-
be very still.
And you hear a familiar voice in your ear go, "Why are you following me?"
Bathroom. You're looking for the bathroom.
Considering where that knife is, I'm not going to move, even to talk.
And he slowly lifts his hand off your mouth and he's waiting for a response.
Well, you just looked like you mightn't want the services of a bard. And I happen to be a very talented one, and I was wondering if you would want me to play tonight.
Psych.
Make a deception check.
It's not a deception. It's the
Yes,
truth.
yeah, she's saying real.
Oh,
Natural
nat
20.
20.
Make a truth check.
No, let's not do
Aelin-
that.
Aelin, did your life flash before your eyes there?
My very small 3-foot life, yes.
He's like, he says to you, "We have no need of a bard. If you would please return to the front, I would much appreciate it."
Well, I shall do that. Would you mind telling the server that I would like some more coffee? I feel like my friends have stolen it while I was away.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, dear. So I go back to the table.
All right.
Never stole my coffee.
No, I poured half of my coffee in.
I ate all of your food except for a couple eggs.
A couple seconds later, a different server comes out and puts more coffee, just a pitcher of coffee on the table.
Thank you, darling.
We're sorry, Aelin. We thought you were gonna die.
She did too.
Yep. Nom, 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 nom.
This food was delicious.
All right. So you finish your meal, and now what?
Aelin, did you get any information out of that barkeeper?
No, all I know is that they have no need for a bard.
Very useful information indeed.
Indeed.
And did we notice any of his reactions when we said those names or words?
Yeah.
You did.
Orbog, you did. And everybody heard the pan fall in the background when you said Mr. Sanders.
I thought he was just making breakfast, though, but
Perhaps he has an affinity for chicken?
Perhaps he knows the colonel.
Entirely possible.
Maybe we should pay our bill and be getting out of here.
I already paid. Remember?
Oh, you paid up front?
Yes, I did.
That was part of the problem.
Or maybe, do you want to talk to the barkeeper again, Orbog? You seem to have an expression on your face of concern or something like that.
I didn't like the way he looked when we said your name. Or the chicken person.
You mean my other name?
The other name. Not the normal name, the other name.
Do you think he knows something?
I think he looks kind of tough.
Perhaps we should call for him again. A barkeeper! A barkeeper!
I'm going to stealth under the table.
Go ahead and make a stealth check again.
14.
All right.
Pretty stealthy.
All right. The proprietor comes back to the room. He's like, "Is someone calling for me?"
Oh, yes, that would be me. Hello.
He kind of looks at you.
Orbog, did you have something you wanted to say?
I thought you had something you wanted to say.
Well, my friend here, Orbog, he noticed that perhaps you knew something about a poo.
As you say that, he kind of gets a glint in his eye, and he's like, "You wouldn't happen to be Pooh from the House of Sanders, would you?"
Oh, why, yes, I am. Orbog, look at that. He knows who I am.
He kind of gets a ambiguous smile on his face, and he says, "I have some friends that would love to meet you."
Oh, friends. Would they be the sort of friends that I would like to meet?
He just smiles, and then he turns his head, and he shouts something in a language you aren't familiar with. And as soon as he does that, metal plates drop down over the windows. And you hear a click at the door. And he says, "Just wait here."
I wanted to actually take a swing at him with my sword when he turned his head.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think I did.
Okay.
You might want to rethink that.
No,
He
He did it.
said it.
I'm kind of with the way that all was going. I'm pretty much fearing for Pooh's life.
So
Fearing
go
for
ahead
your
and
life.
roll your attack.
94
Lies.
doesn't hit.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 18.
Yeah, as you swing your sword, and while his head's turned and shouting, his left hand just pops up and grabs the sword mid swing, and then he kind of turns and side eyes you, and he just looks at you and he says, "You only get one. Don't let it happen again." And that's where we'll end tonight's episode.
Oh, dear.
Oh, we have 17 more minutes.
No, that's
We are all gonna die.
well, now we gotta let our DM catch up to all the dumb decisions we made.
Are there any
this
more
one-
plants in the room?
This went some directions I wasn't expecting, as you guys tend to do. So,
Why do you even bother planning for us?
I dream of a day when my prep will mean something.
Steve has some cards you can use.
Yeah.
Well, what happens is I sat down and I wrote out everything that happened in the 2 years that you guys were gone, figuring you would chase those trails, and you guys went somewhere completely different. And I was like, oh.
We may still chase those trails.
Oh, you will. I'm bringing you guys back around the long way, but part of DMing is you got to let your players go where they go, and
we go,
and you go. So
and we go.
Anyway, for those of you who are out there listening to our adventure here, I hope you enjoyed the story so far. And for those of you who are screaming at the podcast about certain rules or whatever that didn't get right, or certain mythos that I've shifted for my own purposes, well, that's part of storytelling, and that's the way I'm telling my story. So, but again, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you tune in next week, or next time rather. And we need to get an email address, I think, for everybody for people to be able to write into us.
Didn't we have one?
I don't. Do we have one?
I thought we did, but maybe not.
Josiah, did you make one? I thought you made one.
I didn't make one.
Huh. Well, we'll work on getting a email address up soon. Probably you'll see one on the Facebook site before this airs. So feel free to email us at whatever email address is our email address. But until then, you've been listening to Playing Games with Strangers, and we'll catch you next time. Good night.
And I take a swing at John.
You've been listening to the Playing Games with Strangers podcast, a Supersonic Pod Comics production featuring the voices of J.S. Earls, Catherine Serwinski, Josiah Crandall, Steve MacDonald, and John Harju. The theme music is Exit Zero by Sovereign Citizen and the Nonprofits, used with permission. Find more of their work on Facebook or wherever else you purchase music digitally. Please rate and review this podcast, wherever you download it from, to help other listeners find this podcast and join our community. And once again, thank you for listening.